Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers in Guatemala distribute scholarships to impoverished students. And Tzu Chi volunteers in Taoyuan braved the cold to help a care recipient's daughter reunite with her family. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In Central America, Tzu Chi volunteers in Guatemala have been distributing scholarships and stationery supplies to impoverished but worthy students in San Jose Pinola for 5 years. At the scholarship award ceremony this year, many parents expressed their gratitude to Tzu Chi volunteers for helping their children pursue education.
The national anthem of Guatemala is ringing in the auditorium of San Jose Pinola City Hall. Local government officials have come to watch 67 outstanding students receive scholarships from Tzu Chi.
Thank you very much for giving my child a chance. The scholarships are the blessing from God. I'm a single mother and I must raise 6 kids. He's my 5th child and he's in grade 4. She's the youngest and is in grade 2. The scholarships are very important to us as we can use it to buy shoes and go to school. Thank you very much.
On the same day, 602 students and their parents are also very happy because they can receive stationery supplies.
Tzu Chi has been blessing San Jose Pinola as they have been coming here to help the poor. This is also why I decided to join Tzu Chi.
Tzu Chi volunteers have been coming here since 2012 to encourage the students, and their efforts have also inspired many adults.
In Canada, Tzu Chi volunteers in West Toronto have been providing hot meals to the homeless every winter since 2002. During the first years, they had to brave the cold and cook in a garage as the liaison office had not been built. Now that they can cook for the homeless in the kitchen of the Tzu Chi West Toronto liaison office, they work even harder to prepare a variety of delicious food for those without homes.
Tzu Chi volunteers have come together to cook for the homeless at the Tzu Chi West Toronto liaison office as outside temperatures drop below 0 degrees Celsius. Volunteer Zhao A has been cooking for the homeless since 2002. During the first years, the volunteers had to brave the cold to cook in a garage as there was not a liaison office yet.
We had to endure the cold to understand the suffering of the homeless.
Our toes hurt due to the below 0 temperature. It was tough back then, but thinking back, the experience was heartwarming.
For 14 years, Tzu Chi volunteers have been persisting in providing hot meals to the homeless and making sure the marginalized can get through the fierce winter.
In the Philippines, many of the local volunteers devoted to Tzu Chi are Catholics, but the difference in religious beliefs do not deter them from helping those in need. They have been influenced to give selflessly, as they too know the benefits of being on the receiving end of aid. Next, we join the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter and local volunteers who held 2 sessions of year-end blessing ceremony at the local Jingsi Hall.
Here in the Philippines, volunteers reenact the disaster scene in the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan at a recent year-end blessing ceremony. Many of the local volunteers from the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter were residents who were originally on the receiving end of aid. However, through their involvement with Tzu Chi, many have learned to give back as well.
I am touched because I can see the impact of the things I do for others and my family. I can identify with what the Master is doing. I can feel it in my heart.
Yes, Tzu Chi's missions reach far and wide. They reach people all over the world. They help a lot of people, including victims of fire and flood, providing them with supplies. I'm also happy I can contribute my share.
During the blessing ceremony, videos of Tzu Chi's disaster relief and aid assistance of the past year are always shown. Despite these disasters that happened last year, Tzu Chi's love and care have helped to ease people's sorrows and pain.
It's really a good thing to be a member of this organization.
As Tzu Chi volunteers hand out the red envelope of blessings and wisdom on behalf of Master Zheng Yan, they hope each recipient would gain the wisdom needed for the days ahead.
Tzu Chi volunteers worldwide have started holding year-end reunion feast for families in need to celebrate the upcoming Chinese New Year. In Johor Bahru, Malaysia, local Tzu Chi volunteers recently held a year-end reunion feast for 19 families so they can enjoy familial warmth and New Year festivities.
A graceful dance. With singing and a table of delicious food, Tzu Chi volunteers in Johor Bahru entertain care recipients for the upcoming Chinese New Year.
那我们希望借着这一个机会呢，
We seized this occasion to celebrate the Chinese New Year early with our care recipients, so they can come here and have a reunion feast with us.
If there is one more Tzu Chi volunteer in society, it means there is one less bad person.
While enjoying the hot pot, the care recipients also chit-chat with each other and make wishes for the Chinese New Year.
我新的愿望就是想，可以
My wish is to spend more time on Tzu Chi activities. If possible, I would like to help those in need.
可以的话呢，也是来帮助那些需要帮助的人。
The volunteers are comforted to know that they have also inspired those in need to make grand wishes.
In Hualien, Taiwan, a banquet was held at Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital for the medical staff and Tzu Chi volunteers to express their gratitude for each other. Before the banquet, Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital staff used their lunch breaks to make coin purses to be given to the volunteers. In return, the volunteers also prepared 7 delicious vegetarian dishes for the feast.
During the lunch breaks every day, medical staff at Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital use needles and threads to make coin purses with gratitude. Without any experience, the medical staff still wants to do it, so they can thank the volunteers for their dedication in the past year.
During the past year, I saw how the volunteers dedicated themselves. It makes me feel I must overcome my difficulties. Whether I can make the purse right is not important. It's the heart that counts.
On the other hand, the volunteers also prepared 7 vegetarian dishes for the banquet to express their gratitude to the hospital staff and to promote the benefits of vegetarianism.
We've been promoting vegetarian meals for the Chinese New Year to everyone. The meals can be very tasty and also beneficial to our health.
The volunteers accept the coin purses and thank the medical staff. At the banquet, everyone feels warm at heart as they express their gratitude for one another.
In Taoyuan's Guayin district is care recipient Ms. Chan. After the passing of her husband, she and her 3 children have relied on collecting recyclables in order to make a living. Recently, her youngest daughter left home after arguing with her sister. Braving the cold, volunteers set out to find her and persuaded the family to settle their disputes.
The weather is so cold, it has even started snowing. I really hope that both of the girls can be safe at home.
The 2 girls this volunteer is mentioning are Xiao Jun and Xiao Zhen, the daughters of a Tzu Chi care recipient. After an argument recently, the youngest has run away from home and has been sleeping on the streets. As hoped, Tzu Chi volunteers got her to accept the ride home. On the way, they happened to run into her mother, who was also searching for Xiao Zhen.
I was so worried about her out in this weather. How could she sleep out there? Thank you so much, and also you. I'm so grateful you helped bring my daughter back. I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I'd do without you.
It wasn't easy, but in the end, Xiao Zhen made it home. However, one more thing remains to be done.
We've discussed things with your mother and your brother. Everybody says that Xiao Zhen should come home. But as long as your sister is out wandering the streets, this nice man had to go look for her and he couldn't come home. What if he got sick out looking for her? What then?
After some persuasion, Xiao Jun changed her mind and welcomed her younger sister back home. Everyone discusses the issues in the living room, and the Tzu Chi volunteers join the family for dinner. With love and understanding, Tzu Chi was there to help keep this home together.
Even in cold weather, it's still no reason for volunteers to stop serving. Tian Dehai is 75 years old and a volunteer at Kaohsiung's DaAi Kindergarten. Just like every day, he's there early assisting in racking up leaves. Another volunteer at Fengshan Dadong Park has been helping without fail for almost 20 years.
Even in the frigid temperatures of early morning, outside Kaohsiung's DaAi Kindergarten, there is already a volunteer keeping the grounds tidy. 75-year-old Tian Dehai is up early every day on an hour-long bus ride to reach the kindergarten by 6:30. He toils all morning to make sure the grounds are spotless.
The kids all say, Mr. Tian, I want a hug. I'll say, okay. And then they all want to come give me a hug. Really, it's a great feeling. It really touches my heart in the purest way.
He has managed the grounds here for almost 6 years, making sure they are healthy and clean. At a yearly event for the children to share their gratitude, the kind words of the children move him to tears. Mr. Tian does not have any children of his own, but these children are like his own family, and the cold weather won't stop him from showing up. This is the quiet 71-year-old Mr. Zhang. Even in cold temperatures, he can be found here barefoot, wearing a jacket, raking up fallen leaves.
He loves to help out and do good deeds. He's been here 10 or 20 years now.
Even when it rains, he'll be here, just quietly working over there, doing his raking, just kindly helping out.
The residents here really respect him. He not only does the raking, but also brings bags to dispose of the leaves. Originally, when he saw the messy state of the park, he just started cleaning. Since the park is over 9 hectares, he divides up the work into 5 or 6 hours a day. This kind of selfless contribution for the benefit of others has made him a model for the community.
The annual Tonggan Orange Festival, organized to promote local Taiwanese agricultural products, was held in Beitou recently. City volunteers were also there, hoping to raise environmental awareness. Let's take a look.
手机嘛，像我们的孩子嘛，有的都2只啊、3只啊。我们叫电子产品啊，在我们这里叫3只产品啊。
No matter the people or the place, Tzu Chi volunteers have a knack for spreading awareness on how to protect the environment.
There's so many great things here in Taiwan. Everything is really great. People are particularly friendly. Everyone seems very cheerful. I feel like one time is just not enough.
Beitou's Tonkin Orange Festival invited Tzu Chi to set up a stall at the event. Although Tzu Chi has no Tonkin oranges to sell, they were happy to participate and provide a place for people to take a rest.
We put our hearts into making these cards, and we invite people to come play a few different games, then hope to send them home with a aphorism.
Delicious fruits, along with cheerful company, help guests keep warm and happy in these cold temperatures.
In China, in Longjiang town of Foshan City in Guangdong, city volunteers have been promoting Jingsi aphorisms in Liangcha village. They hope these words of wisdom will enrich the minds of the residents in the village.
In Guangdong's Liangcha, many furniture manufacture covers over 10 kilometers. In the last decade, the economy here has been developing quickly. With increasing material success, the community hopes to cultivate its spiritual well-being as well.
We must be filial to our families, beginning with our parents. Then we can develop this filial piety among our own children.
While Tzu Chi volunteers are in Liangcha village to promote Jingsi aphorisms, the village head states that this is an auspicious event for the whole village. Hence, all of his staff members have joined the event.
Filial piety is a virtue of our Chinese heritage. After studying these aphorisms, our village will definitely be influenced in a positive, harmonious way. We can't be distracted by petty things.
A Tzu Chi sister gave me a book of Jingsi aphorisms. After reading it, my heart felt empowered, and I thought, why not share this wisdom with the community?
As the village changes in the years ahead, the natural environments as well as the spirit of the community members must be kept pure. With the help of Jingsi aphorisms, a harmonious atmosphere will prosper here.
In providing disaster relief at home or abroad, Tzu Chi volunteers have initiated cash for work programs many times for disaster victims to help themselves with dignity and to teach the value of work. As disaster victims earn an income by working to rebuild their hometown, they also purchase items and thus revive the local economy. In today's Tzu Chi's 50th anniversary series, we take a look at how Tzu Chi volunteers worldwide hasten cleanup efforts and revive local economies in the aftermath of disasters with cash for work programs. Hundreds of residents came with equipment and smiles, ready to start cleaning the streets.
We told the residents that we should help each other.
Masaya po ako dahil po yung lugar po namin nagkaroon po ng tulong. Nalilinis po yung aming lugar.
These residents who have been affected by Typhoon Kapu have joined the Cash for Work program provided by the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter to clean up their hometown.
The Cash for Work program brings good results. We provide them with work and pay them after they clean up their hometown.
With a comparison, the effect of the program is evident. Cash for Work was a social welfare policy that former American President Franklin Roosevelt initiated to provide jobs in the face of Great Depression in 1930s. In Taiwan, the program was initiated by the government in the aftermath of 9/11 earthquake in 1999.
In the aftermath of 9/21 earthquake, the Cash for Work program helped lower the unemployment rate and assisted in rebuilding the disaster areas. Then, the program was initiated in the aftermath of Typhoon Morakot.
Tzu Chi then initiated a small-scale Cash for Work program for the first time in the aftermath of Typhoon Durian in the Philippines in 2006. Later, in the wake of Typhoon Kasana in 2009, more than 80,000 typhoon victims joined Tzu Chi's Cash for Work program.
实际的，真正的在这样土地上跟当地的灾民展开了双手呢，把他们拥抱来抚慰啊，一一把它牵起来，一一把它扶起来，给他们呢工作，自己的力量来好好的复建自己的家乡，一步一步的提起了他们的力量。
In Marikina, one of the areas devastated by Typhoon Kasana, there was a slogan, I clean up my hometown as Tzu Chi gives assistance. Gradually, more residents took part in the program and were paid 400 pesos per person every day. The experience became a model for large-scale disaster relief work, and many residents also became Tzu Chi volunteers. One Marikina resident was one of them. She used to be passionate about politics, but has later dedicated herself to Tzu Chi's work.
I used to be passionate about politics, but I have been staying out of it since I learned about the 10 precepts from Tzu Chi.
The Philippines has been ranked third on the list of countries most prone to natural disasters, such as storms, floods, earthquakes, droughts, and rise in sea level.
In November of 2013, Tzu Chi initiated a Cash for Work program in Tacloban, Philippines, which was devastated by Typhoon Haiyan. In more than 10 days, more than 200,000 residents took part. With income, they then revived the local economy. In history, in the aftermath of Typhoon Morakot in 2009, the 311 earthquake in Japan, the flood in eastern Malaysia in 2014, flood in Pakistan, the influx of Syrian refugees into Jordan in 2013, the flood in Thailand, Hurricane Sandy in the United States in 2012, and Haiti earthquake in 2010. The Cash for Work programs initiated by Tzu Chi in these areas have inspired disaster victims and revived the economy.
It helps lower the unemployment rate of disaster victims and ensures that they get incomes.
Reunite here is a very good example of which we're going to use now with the local government to do the same thing. So we'll Cash for Work, they clean their own houses, they bring it out to the streets, we try and recycle, they take what they need.
In the aftermath of natural disasters, Tzu Chi's Cash for Work programs have brought hope and smiles back to the residents, inspiring them to help rebuild their hometowns and get through the difficult times.
In Hualien, the FHL Academy is a place that takes in misguided youngsters and helps guide them onto the correct life path. The minister of the academy hopes by giving his students a new focus in life, they may forget their old ways. Through learning how to ride a unicycle, youngsters at the academy have learned not to give up at every obstacle that comes their way.
Focused, these students don't get down on themselves when practice isn't going well. 18-year-old Xiaojie's parents divorced when he was young, which made him rebellious and strayed from the right path in life. Since joining the FHL Academy a year ago, he has said goodbye to his old life and found confidence in being a unicyclist.
In practice, I'd fall down time and time again, but I always just got right back up and continued on. Slowly, I then gained self-confidence through my accomplishment in unicycling. Eventually, I stopped thinking about being up to no good.
Those who attend FHL Academy have a troubled past, but through learning how to ride the unicycle, the students have changed for the better. In 2006, a group of students finished their challenge of unicycling around Taiwan. Next, they plan to tackle climbing Mount Hehuan in August.
If society as a whole wants to increase crime prevention, parents need to first spend more time with their children. Second is to be a good role model, and third is to be disciplined.
盼望我们每个人出社会后都可以成为别人的祝福，成为在这个社会上都是大家的帮助。
Under their coach's leadership, 40 students will begin their mountaineering practice on the 27th of this month. In the days ahead, the students hope their actions will spread positivity and encourage other lost children to return to the right path.
To canvass for donations for Tzu Chi's International Disaster Relief Mission, people from all walks of life have gathered at the Tzu Chi Guandu grounds to make coin banks. With joint efforts, they hope to make 700 coin banks ahead of the Lunar New Year. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.